one of the biggest things I'm like, it's stuck with me for a long time that you told me is like, you're not your thoughts.
Yeah,
so,
clearly.
I used to attach myself to a lot of these things I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
And it would affect me. And like I think when we were talking about meditation, you're like, just let them kind of float by.
Yeah.
Like, don't attach yourself to that thought, because you were thinking, what is it, like 90,000 thoughts a day or something?
Yeah,
crazy.
it's like 50 to 80,000, maybe 100,000,
Yeah.
For more. And like a meditative state is one where there is no thought present. But meditation itself is sort of the practice of observing the thoughts. So when someone's sitting in a chair and they're practicing meditation, which is a practice because it's something you just practice. You can start by watching your thoughts. Just sit there and don't try to get rid of them, because the you that's getting rid of them is a thought as well, right? It's an ego thought going, okay, I'm going to get rid of the thought, but the I that's getting rid of the thought is also a thought, and the whole thing just starts to get really messy and confusing. And just watch them go by, and what you'll notice is they start somewhere and then they follow, and they go off in tangents all over the place, but they're always passing. I mean, if you sat, let's say you did a 15-minute meditation, and you could diarize this, which really is tough to do because you're meditating, but you start out with this one thought, whatever it might be. Oh, I can't wait for this to be over. Oh, and then just watch where it goes. It goes all over the place, and then it starts making these judgments and these critical comments, and it just doesn't like to be still. But in meditation, you get to see how much of this stuff is actually going on. So you sit there and you go, I didn't meditate at all. I just sat there for 15 minutes and I thought. I couldn't stop my thoughts. But the point of it all is not, that. You knew that there was this chaotic thought going on for 15 minutes where you're supposed to be quote unquote meditating, but in the rest of your day, these thoughts are still going on, but you're identified with them, so you're not aware of them. You see what I'm saying? You get lost in them. So you don't realize that your entire life is made up of these chaotic thoughts that you're just sort of swallowed up with. But in meditation, you get to observe them and go, that's crazy. And so there becomes a little space, and that space is there, and you can look at those thoughts, and you can see that clearly you're not your thoughts, because you're the one observing them. There has to be a presence or an awareness or something that's observing these thoughts. So therefore they cannot be you. They cannot be, because you're the one that's observing them. And that space that observes them is the authentic you. And it's quiet. It can't have a thought, because if it had a thought, that thought would have to be observed by something quiet. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to rest in that place, which you can't ever find because it's always here. You can just sort of fall into it, and you can notice it. And when you notice it, it'll come up as a thought. You go, oh, wow, I was really still for 5 minutes. And thought's back in. So you learn the system of thought coming and going, to resting in the stillness by becoming aware of the space between thoughts.
Welcome to the winner's circle. If you made it here, it means you done put in the work, dude. Congratulations. You made it way past the basics. This calls for a massive celebration. Welcome to the winner's circle.